And then I want the DOJ and FBI to be run by the Constitution. I want the intel communities to focus on our overseas threats and our border. I want all of these people that join the ranks of government to respond to the needs of the American people. It might sound pie in the sky, but if you want to fix it, fix it. I give you 50 things to do in here, but if the American people aren't behind you, then you won't have the accountability you really want.
Are any of the stuff that we're seeing right now, the word treason is thrown out quite often. Is it actual treason?
For who? For
fill in the anything, any of the stuff that's going on.
I mean, I think what so many of these guys did, whether it's Brennan, Clapper, Comey, McCabe, Strzok, Barr, Haspel, Esper, what have you, I think there's a lot of rule and law breaking. And I don't know that it ever gets to the level of treason singularly with any of them. But what you have is a buildup of so many actions by the deep state that it becomes borderline treasonous to allow those people and their activities in a collective fashion to ever be applied to the United States.
What is the definition of treason?
It's oh man, you're gonna stump me here on the law of it, but it's basically committing an overt act to overthrow your government is treason. So they're not committing overt acts to overthrow our government. What they're doing collectively is committing acts to rig our government and to stock it with people that they want in there, themselves and their acolytes.
What would be the harshest punishment you could see happening to some of these people?
Some of them being prosecuted. I mean, there's nothing harsher than that, right? Your civil liberties are taken away from you and you're sent to prison. It's about as harsh as it gets. We can do the financials. I think we need to do parallel track civil suits and prosecutions for monetary purposes against some of the big wigs in Wall Street and all that stuff that happens up in the financial racket. Insider trading stuff. There needs to be a multitude of things done, but I think the biggest punishment.
What about stuff like what was it, 51 intel agents?
Yeah. Strip their security clearances forever. Remember, every one of these people's in the private sector, and you know this, they use that to get 7- and 8-figure paydays, to get big government contracts, to go for big defense contracting and intelligence firms, right? Who owns their security clearance? The U.S. government. Who pays for it? The U.S. government. So the DNI can come in there on day one and said X, 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 all the way down the line. And they're not the only ones.
Do you think that will happen if Trump gets in? That seems like a very easy task. Pull these clearances now. I've seen it happen. I've seen it happen at a lower level within the agency. Pull that guy's clearance.
Here's the one. Look, Trump speaks for Trump. I've recommended that to him. I can tell you that publicly and to your audience. I want him to do that because it's justified. It's not an act of vengeance. They have had the opportunity to recant, and all 51 of them have doubled down and tripled down. So pull him. I think he will, but it will be up to him and his DNI.